guys. So, I'm recording another Tarkov video. I haven't actually played that much of this game very recently. I've been playing a lot of Osu and Final Fantasy XIV because I just recently got into that game with a lot of my friends. And I've been having a decent amount of fun with all that. I bought I don't know if this was even in the last episode, but I call it an episode. I don't really know if it's a series, but I now have the fancy edition of the game that gives you all this inventory space, and I've collected a decent amount of things. So yeah, I don't really remember if I had all of this at that point, but yeah, that is the current state of affairs with my Tarkov account. So I still am on the same quests, so right now I'm just getting up an AK so that I can go to Customs and get that quest done to get scavenger kills with the AK, or scav kills. I'm also going to be chewing some gum. And let's see, I have some Trident original flavor. I'm actually more of a cinnamon gum kind of guy. I think that might be what I chewed last time, but this will do. So, honestly, I kind of forgot how to buy the stuff that I needed for this gun, but I'm pretty sure it is this. I don't know if it's this, but we'll give it a shot. Let me just, well, we're gonna need a backpack. So let's put a backpack on. That also allows me to click these into my inventory. I wonder what else is new. I might not have had this, like, food container. Also, please pardon the horribly sorted inventory. It's pretty bad right now. So let's see, I'm gonna put this over here. And take this off. Okay, so I don't remember how this is supposed to go on, but I probably need something else, so we'll deal with that piece later. But I do know that can go on there. And then I'm actually going to go through the modding menu because I am foolish. I thought this allowed me to put a stock on, but I guess I'm wrong. Or maybe they changed how this works. I'm not quite sure. Oh, right. It's preset. That allows me to see everything I can put on. I think it's this. And then the B18. Actually, I don't remember how to put a scope on this thing. Pardon that I am struggling so hard here. If you needed proof that it's been a little while since I've played this game, here it is. And obviously, if you would like to not see this, you can go ahead and skip right past it. So this does reduce recoil, so I'm gonna buy that. Yeah, this one only reduces ergonomics. Or sorry, increases. And ergonomics is just like your running speed and the way, I think your running, maybe your running speed and your handling of the gun, with recoil actually making a substantial difference in the gun's performance. So I'm gonna put that grip on, and I would have to go back into this B18. Let's just click on this one and go assemble. Alright, so I think that may have put the... I don't think it put the B18 on. But now we can go and check if we have the B18. I'm not quite sure that we do. Let's look that up. We do, so we'll buy that. And then we'll do a linked search. And see. What can go on there. I believe one of these has a bunch of sites in it. I might actually be able to put this one on. No. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Alright, so we'll go with that. And then, honestly, this is kind of garbage armor to use for such a decent run. I would like something a bit better. What armor is this? Armor class 4. It's whatever. I'm not so worried about it. I don't think necessarily that I will lose my AK if I die. And you know what? That ignorance is probably going to absolutely come around to bite me. Alright, finally, I'm gonna bring some extra BT ammo. And we will head off into customs. One last check. I have a grenade. I have meds. I think we're all good. So we'll go ahead and load into customs here. I'm gonna go ahead and insure everything. And we'll get loading in. So they did change customs up a bit. Once again, my dumb brain can't remember if the last time I played customs had been changed. But I have this hunch that it didn't. That it hadn't been. But basically they added a new expanded area and it's pretty nice. The loot is pretty good. So, I'm not quite sure what my game plan is. I don't think I'm going to be pushing dorms like I did in some previous episodes. Just because, well, I'm not really looking to just get kills or get like the best contested loot. Right now I'm really looking for killing scabs. And, you know, if we do get a spawn that's good for dorms, then, you know, sure, we'll go dorms because there are scavs that spawn there. The Scav Boss can spawn there, and I do need to kill Reshala. That's the Scav Boss of Customs. So we did find a game and we're loading in here, so we'll have to see where we spawn. Now the scary thing is, we're pretty far into the wipe cycle by now. Like I'm still only level 23, and I'm still using like shoddy tier 4 armor. And I think most people by now have upgraded their hideout, which I haven't talked too much about, but if you upgrade your hideout all the way, you can get a Bitcoin farm in-game. And if you're not familiar with it, that basically just produces in-game Bitcoin, which is just an item you can find used as a currency with graphics graphics cards that you find in the game, you put those into the Bitcoin farm and it produces Bitcoin, of which you can basically harvest every day and get money. So most people have a pretty reliable source of income by now. I do not. And I am cheap, so I'm still rocking garbage armor and stuff for these raids, even though I absolutely should not be. I was also considering wearing the in-game headphones because they make sound a lot clearer and you can hear footsteps a lot easier. However, I'm worried that it maybe would make gunshots or the ambiance of the game a little bit intolerable or maybe too loud. So, I opted not for that. So, getting ready. Hopefully I'm not too rusty. I haven't been playing too many FPS games recently, so hopefully my aim is still not horrible. So let's see if we spawn. Alrighty, let's see where we are. If I'm not wrong, this is not a bad spawn to go for gas station. So basically, orientational wise, dorms is over this way. Gas station's over to my left. There's a couple people who could have spawned in front of me. And there's also like 1 or 2 people that could have spawned behind me. And this is a little risky now because I'm very high up. There's gunshots to my left. That's pretty much to be expected. Check the mag, single fire. I'm gonna put that on full auto. There's a medical bag over here, so we're gonna go in here and check that. Nothing in there. Check the time. We did just get in. So, that was just a coincidence. So we're being very careful. Just, scouring around. That's pretty good. 40 mil grenade. Because there could definitely be people coming up on me now. Although, this area isn't necessarily that contested. So, we're not hugely worried. But you know, being that it's Tarkov, it's always a little bit horrifying. So we're kind of taking our time here. Simply because I'm not trying to get to a specific location. Looks like we may have found a gun. That's pretty cool. The 8R is decent. It shoots pretty solid ammo. It's got the ammo class of one of the better ammos that's in the game right now. Also, what we did there, we just held left alt and right clicked to change our crosshair to this dot. So it's a little risky for me to be taking that peek. We're gonna check this last weapon crate and then we're gonna get out of here. I wonder if I can put this on here. Very risky. Okay, we cannot. Alrighty. So we're gonna keep going. And right now we're just scanning up here. Now this is kind of where we spawned-ish. Some more gunshots over in that direction. So I'm just seeing if anyone's gonna come up behind me. Doesn't look like it. So I'm gonna try and work my way to the gas station. I do have some good keys for that area, and there are often scavs that spawn there. Although, if someone were to go to the gas station, they would already be there by now, which I'm actually not too worried about. I think that kind of works out a little bit in my favor, because while I won't get the scavs, I won't be approached by somebody and scream out of terror. Granted, granted, that does mean that if someone is camping there, we are about to be screwed. So this spot is relatively popular for people to camp on. So I want to be careful here. Me crouch walking like this is relatively scary. We do see a scav over here, so we're just gonna drop that guy. And then we're gonna look towards gas station just to see if anyone heard that. There's some more gunshots over there in construction. There's another scav. I think I dropped him. I'm not sure though. It actually doesn't look like it because I don't see his body. So we're gonna slowly creep down this way. See if we can see where that scav went. I'm not sure if that shot was at me, but I'm gonna stand up. Move a little erratically. Just because I do not want to get return fired on. So we're gonna peek over here one more time. See if we can get a different angle on where that scav might have been. Now we're checking underneath us. I'm gonna drop down here. And this is a relatively big fall, so we're trying to sort of scoot down the geometry of the walls so that we don't take fall damage and injure our legs. So, as much as I would like to get up on this hill and peek and see if that scav is there, I think that it is a relatively risky move to expose my whole self to that. So we're just gonna kind of continue towards the gas station, and you'll notice that we're trying to avoid walking through any patches of grass or anything that would be making a relatively loud noise. Now, I don't see any scavs here, which is alarming. So the first thing I'm thinking is if someone's in here, they might be inside this room, because this is a room that requires a key. So we're just listening. I don't think I hear anything, so I'm gonna peek. It seems a little too good to be true almost. So I'm kind of jiggle peeking my angles on the inside. It's very possible that I will die from behind. Alright, so there's people fighting over there. We're going to use this opportunity to get into the gas station. We're going to check the bathroom. No one's in here. I'm just hoping that nobody's there. Alright, so this is where all the loot is, so if there is someone in here, they're going to be in most of these areas. So I'm going to open this. No one's in here. And these are the locked rooms. So I'm going to shut that door in a second before I go in. Even though it's good to leave it open for cover, I can retreat into this room. But I believe we already cleared this through the window. So, we're going to go ahead and loot this safe. Gold chain's pretty good. Horse is solid. Can't complain about rubles. And at this point, we'll trade the painkillers out for the money. I believe there is... Okay, a Zippo. That's not really great. We're checking around for an intelligent spawn. And doesn't look like it. So we'll close that. I might as well search this bag while I'm here. Another important thing is that... Oh, this is worth a decent bit. Scavs do spawn at certain intervals in the map. So, if we just wait a little while, there will be some more scavs that end up spawning, and we can go ahead and take those guys out. This bandage could be useful. No complaints about that. That's, relatively decent fare. Alright, so now we need to be a little careful because I can hear that that firefight has concluded, and it's probably pretty likely that those people started moving towards the rest of the map, which means passing by the left area over here, or crossing by me to get towards the dorms. as risky as it might be, I would love to cross over because I don't really want to be on the side of the map with the dorms right now. Another thing to note is that construction does have pretty good scav spawns. I was trying to get on this, but then I realized, you know, might as well do a little jumping and see if I can see any scavs that have spawned. To which I did not see any, so I've decided to go this way. Now, we're just checking around. No scav sniper alive, so we're good to walk over here. Now this is a door you can get through, but you have to use the factory exit key. And that is a limited use key. It's got about 50 uses. And while it's not expensive, it's also not very cheap. So we're going to avoid using that for now, because we don't really care about going over there. And it seems like there's some fighting going on over here. So we're going to try and approach this. But we're also being careful to keep watch of our right, because that is where dorms is. So it's possible for people to be there still. Checking the street for scavs before moving up. Now, going through here is relatively risky. There is barbed wire, and it makes a decent amount of noise. But honestly, this area that we're in right now is just pretty risky. I think now that they've added the expansion to the map, it's a little bit better. But you are really, really exposed, and you can even be seen a little bit from dorms. So, if you hear that awful noise, there is actually a grenade launcher in the new area. And it seems like that is what that person is using. And I need to be extremely careful because exposing myself here, I am actually in view of the grenade launcher. So, we're actually just going to run by this. As risky as that might be. Alright, so we made it past that. Now we have an option. We can either continue crossing the map and go over this way, towards the construction area, or we can go to dorms late and see if there's scavs there. And judging by the fact that there was all that gunfire, I'm actually thinking going to late dorms might be a pretty good route. So we're gonna go ahead and head over here and see if we can either clean up some people, or if they've maybe already left and it's just scavs, or possibly if some people didn't loot any locked rooms or whatnot. I do think I see something. There's a couple scavs here. That might be the Scav Boss. I kinda lit that up. I'm gonna go ahead and haul a grenade inside. I am terrible with grenades. So we're gonna hug to the left, just in case that didn't get everyone. And I'm being shot through the door. Okay, so we really want to get inside. But there's another scav there. That's not good. We're gonna peek it. I don't really know where it went. So, right now, we're gonna close this door and heal, because we have been damaged. Now, it was pretty foolish of me not to bring a CMS kit, because now I can't heal my left arm. I'm gonna go ahead and take painkillers so I'm not under any of the effects of the left arm being broken. And I do think that the Scav Boss is here, although I could be wrong, because I believe they might supposed to be, or like, I believe they're supposed to rush you once they see you, if it is the Scav Boss. concerned about is that I don't have a huge amount of ammo. Let me see how much I have in here. About half. And these two are empty. So I'm going to reload this one. I do have a secondary gun, but it's probably relatively bad ammo, if there's even any in there. I'm hoping to take the gun off one of the scavs. So we're going to loot these jackets while we're here waiting. Although, delaying is not necessarily a great idea, just because people may have heard that gunfire and started to head over here. So we're going to go ahead and peek this. To which we don't see anything. I didn't mean to hit R. And we're gonna run outside real quick. I do hear more scavs. I am scared about this. But we're gonna try and loot this real quick. And then what we're gonna do is take these. I do hear very angry scavs right now. It's making me a little scared. We're gonna try throwing another grenade in there. And it seemed like they ran. Alright. Let's see what's on this guy. So, the Scav Boss is here. Because these are the Scav Boss's minions. They spawn with this stuff. So at this point, I would really like to ditch my armor for this. Even though obviously you need armor. And the armor that this pack is pretty worthless. But it's pretty much the best that we have right now. So let's see. Alright, we've got BT ammo in here. That's fine. We're gonna go ahead and open this. And I'm gonna lean and peek. So far, so good. We're gonna try and search this and creep backwards a little bit. This was just a normal scav. Anything in the pockets? Flash grenade, that's okay. Heard a little bit of movement, a little scared. Okay, now we're coming outside, because even though this armor doesn't have very much resistance, I would still like to take it. Alright, so we're gonna slowly approach. Now, oh wow, okay, so this is Reshala, so we actually killed him. And we got his golden TT. And so we're gonna take all of this stuff, and equip his AK because it is better than ours. Hop on this bed, check the ammo. Nearly full. Oh! Oh my god. I'm sorry for that. I kind of got scared. So we actually got killed by the scav that ran outside through the window, which is really sad. But we did kill Reshala, which is cool, and a bunch of his scav minions. You know, it was a fun run. Got a decent bit of XP. Let's see what finally took us out. Probably that 366 AP round. Actually, that is so depressing, because if I'm not wrong, that's a really garbage round. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and finish the video out by doing a scav run. Just to see if we can make a little bit of money. But which is unfortunately something that we chose to do. I was very excited about that being Reshala on the ground, so I went to loot it, and look what happened to us. So I think I'm just gonna go to factory just for some quick action. Other factors about that run really just, I think where it really went wrong was just, yeah, at the end choosing a bad room to sit in. And just not being quick enough with my looting and my movement. I should have been, remaining in movement, rather, clearing everyone out, because I was still aware there were scavs. If you're not going to clear everyone out, you need to make sure you're at least in a, isolated room. So I think the good thing is, if someone finds me, they're probably going to take the golden TT and Reshala's gun, but not the AK that I brought in that was insured. So luckily, I think we're good on that regard. We'll probably get our stuff back. Alright, so we just spawned in. And we are actually inside of the office, which is a pretty high contention spot. We're going to check our mag, and it's pretty garbage ammo. So it's not looking great for us already. And we do not have a secondary, and no helmet and bad armor. So right now what we're hoping for is that some other person has killed. I was gonna say killed some other scavs in here. Dang. So that was another player scav. And that went south very quickly. And you can see I pretty much panicked. I only dealt 76 damage to the body with one hit. So I'm 2 for 2, or rather 0 for 2. Died in both raids, but I think it was still fun. I said we weren't going to go to dorms, and then we ended up going to dorms. But sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles. I guess the final thing is that I was hoping to loot some more safes and then just take the car extract right out of dorms for that previous run. But, we didn't get there. So anyways, thank you guys if you watched all the way here. Thank you, if you watched a little bit of the video. I do actually enjoy creating these, even though I take so long. I just get caught up in, I'm a college student and I also work. So it's hard to find some quiet time and record. But when I do, I enjoy it. And I really hope that if you guys are watching, that you guys do as well. So thank you guys.